peeps, Mike Toy, Bonsai Boise. Today, this video isn't going to be super exciting, but I wanted to get it on video anyways, just to document it. So these are Amur, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's spelled A-M-U-R maple. Amur Maple, Amar, I don't know what, but A-M-U-R maple. The first one of these that I ever had, it just sprouted up underneath a red maple tree that I had in my front yard at the time. So I thought it was a red maple. So I took care of it, and it was kind of like a runt because at one point I tried to really bend it a lot and it almost killed it. And it took, I'm not even kidding, it probably took 3 years to recover from that. Each year I kind of babied it, made sure it had the right amount of sunlight, water, and everything else, and it just sort of barely clung on for life. And then I want to say last year, in fact, I think I got this on video in one of my very early videos. The leaves were just really scraggly and it was just, once again, barely hanging on. And I said, you know what, I'm tired of babying this thing. So I just cut off all the leaves. And after that, just bounced back, grew some really nice healthy leaves and just exploded with growth. So it took 3 full years for that to happen, which is really strange. Normally a tree, at least in my experience, if it is hanging on for dear life, it doesn't survive the winter. It might just cling to life all spring, summer, and even in the fall, but wintertime, it's dead. Or over the wintertime, it recovers and then bounces way back. But I've never had one take 3 years, except for that one. And I still got it out there. I'm gonna do a video on it later. Back to the subject at hand, these Amur Maples. I just grabbed a handful of seeds 2 falls ago, fall of 17, threw them in some pots out there and they grew. I've got 3 or 4 more of these out in the yard in pots, but these are in some little tiny pots and they're growing real tall, as you can see. So today what I'm gonna do is a slip pot. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the term, a slip pot is where you don't really do any pruning. You just take it out of the small pot it's in and put it into a bigger pot with more soil. So keep it in the same soil and everything. You don't bare root it, you don't trim the roots, nothing. Just take it out of this, put it in this, surround it with new soil. I've already prepared the pots with some new soil, and now I've got a little more that I'm going to surround it with once it's in there, surround it with more soil. And I might try bending one of these. I don't know. Just because of the story I just gave you of what happened, I'm weary to try that. But, you know, I've got a few of these things, so I might try it. I'm also thinking about chopping one of these. Because, of course, when you chop it, you know, it's going to grow new branches. It'll cause ramification. So, but it can also stunt the growth. In the stage it's in, if I was going to do this, I should have done it probably a month ago before the buds sprouted into leaves. That's the time that you want to do something like that. Typically, it's not a golden rule. It's not written in stone. I could still do it now, but you know, I risk hurting the health of the tree if I do it in this young early stage. But the more I'm talking about it, the more I think I'm going to do it, because if nothing else, we can do it on one and not the other, and they're relatively the same, and they're the same age, from the same handful of seeds, so it'll provide a good experiment, and we can see how it does with a trunk chop in early April. So without further ado, I'm going to get going right now. Enjoy. there it is. Like I said, it wasn't too exciting, just a slit pot. And then I guess you could call it a trunk chop. I would call it more like a stick chop. These, by the way, this is the second season for both of these. So, I mean, you can obviously tell that they're not very old, but just thought I'd point that out. And then this, there's almost no chance, I think, that this is going to survive. It's too young, it's kind of fragile in this state that it's in, where it just woke up in the spring and then, I got chopped in half. So I don't expect it to live, but it's fun just to experiment. And, you know, if nothing else, you can always learn something from that, even if it fails. I mean, you learn that, oh wow, this not only did it failed in like half of a day, or oh, it hung on for 3 weeks and then died. You know, maybe if I change up this little thing about it, maybe I can get it to survive next time. So, you know, I still try it anyways. But anyways, that's the slit pot, and on the Amur Maples. If you got anything out of that, please click like and subscribe on the channel and on the video, and check out some of the other videos that I've got. I've got more interesting trees than just these. So check those out. And if you have any experience using Amur Maples as bonsai, love to hear about it. Send me a message either on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or whichever the accounts you follow, and or leave some comments.